Hey, it's STREEZYonX, bringing you the major topics everyone's talking about on X today. So we had Candace, Owens, and the Daily Wire trending because they have split ways, and it's looking like she just got fired. Lately, she's been really open and having a lot of conversation about Jewish culture and things of that nature. She just had an interview with a popular rabbi who had written a smear piece on her and wanted to have a conversation and clear things up, and well, this is just kind of how it ended. In her last segment, she ended the show with she's Team God and she doesn't fear any media, any kind of attacks. The only thing she fears is God, and then said, "We'll see you tomorrow." So we're all under the impression that this was a swift decision made. This also has people speculating how much free speech the Daily Wire really believes in. And if you're a fan of Candace, you don't have to worry because she's going back to making shows on her YouTube channel. Russia and China trending for vetoing the US draft for the resolution on Gaza at United Nations. Russia and China voted no along with Algeria, but since Russia and China have the power, they are the ones who vetoed the whole thing. China's ambassador said the most urgent action the council should take is calling for an immediate and unconditional ceasefire, and that the council had dragged its feet and wasted too much time in this regard. Algeria's ambassador said that had the council passed its resolution that circulated over a month ago, thousands of innocent lives could have been saved. Before the vote even started, the Russia ambassador said the US had promised an agreement to end the fighting time and time again. Now, the US has finally recognized the need for a ceasefire when more than 30,000 Gazans have already died. He said that the US was trying to sell a product to the council by using the word imperative in its resolution rather than calling for an immediate and sustained ceasefire. So that's what a lot of them really seem to have an issue with, is the US wording their resolution in a way that's saying, hey, it's important that you stop, rather than demanding them to. So no progress made there really, but they say there is speculation that ambassadors may return to the chamber this afternoon in an emergency session to debate the new draft. United Nations live news link in the thread for all the details. Then Truth Social trending for the Donald Trump social media app being voted by shareholders to become a publicly traded company. So this could potentially mean more money coming in, and we could be seeing it on the stock ticker as early as next week. We also have Riley Strain. You may have heard the name already because the story has captured the nation. Riley was a University of Missouri student who was visiting Nashville for spring break with some of his fraternity brothers. However, one night he got a little too inebriated, got kicked out of a bar, and went wandering along alone on the streets of the city to try and head back to their hotel. Initially, we heard reports of him being missing. We had video footage of him stumbling on sidewalks that night, but hadn't been seen since. Now, 2 weeks later, we hear that police have recovered his body from the Cumberland River. And then Ivermectin is trending because the FDA is getting sued for lying about it. We had Dr. McCullough preaching back in the day that the FDA should be sued for misleading the public by spreading misinformation about ivermectin and lying about its effectiveness, which has been used by humans well before 2020, by the way. But guess what? They're actually doing it. They're also coming after their X posts made on the FDA account demanding what you should and shouldn't do, because under US law, it states that the FDA may not interfere with the authority of a healthcare provider to prescribe or administer any legally marked device to a patient for any condition or disease within a legitimate healthcare practitioner-patient relationship. And also, they are now trying to backtrack and say they were just making funny quips and not telling anyone to do anything. But basically, the FDA has had too much of an overreach for a while now, and it's time for them to take a step back. But I also think you should take some time to read about this touted miracle drug and its abilities in this Vigilant Box post thread. We've got a study showing reduction in excess deaths, not only helps with the treatment of C19, but can help in post-jab injuries as well. So if you feel like you've missed the train, it's not too late for you. And we see that ivermectin is even used as a treatment for cancer. And what the heck, I'm even gonna throw in the nobelprize.org link that they won for treatment in humans back in 2015. Then, while you're reading through all of this, just think about why would they want to stop you from taking this very cheap, very available, very effective drug? Why immediately write it off before even looking into it? Why discourage you from even looking into it? Why? That's all I've got for you right now, but make sure you're following on X, not only for all the links and videos in the threads, but also further updates that I make throughout the day and on the weekends, and I will see you on Monday.